Hey everyone, I'm Liz LeClaire, and I wanted to talk to you about cosmic magnetism. Probably many of us have studied a lot of things like the New Thought movement in the 1900s, about law of attraction and law of assumption, the secret and mental diets, and how to get what you want with thought. It is all true and it really works. I want to present something new and fun, like a new avenue, like new thought process about it. Like if we look at creating a reality like a big, beautiful diamond, I want to present a few other new facets that we could polish together and use so you can have a successful life and a successful and happy life. If you're sitting here watching me, you're probably aware that we're all vibration and energy and light. And we're really 99.9999 to 7 or 8 zeros% energy. And we're just, 0.00007 zeros and a 9 after that percent physical matter. Actually, we're all energy. And we're all just vibrating all the time. Kirlian photography shows us that we have an aura and stuff like that. So I want to come and present a fun new aspect, which is working with your cosmic, your golden aura sun that's over your head. There's lots of ways to create your reality and lots of ways to help. And I just want to add another one to this great body of work that's already out there. Because I've come up with a way using and standing on the shoulders of all those giants, of the Neville Goddards, the Francis Scoville Shins, the Wallace Waddles, Napoleon Hill, even recently Bob Proctor and things like that. Really, really great. All this. Oh, can't forget Earl Nightingale. All these wonderful folks who've done a lot of wonderful work in this area of creating reality. But I want to talk about the golden sun because I think it's super, super important and super powerful, because you can bring this energy into you and work with it and kind of have your happiness and have your reality and work on this delight in becoming who you want to be. And it's not really about the goal. It's not about the $1 million or the girl or the guy or the job or the house on the beach or the retirement or the fishing boat or whatever it is we want. It's really about becoming the person that will get it, becoming your best self. So I just wanted to talk about that. Let's talk about that golden sun. This is your first lesson. The golden sun, you can consider as 8 inches above your head. And it's, you can consider it the size of a beach ball. And if you've heard of the Higgs boson particle, you've heard of, the God particle, you've heard of like just this golden energy. When we think about source or that cosmic intelligence or that loving infinity, we also think about this concept of sacred geometry, where photons are actually at the vortices of all sacred geometry. I should go get my flower of life that's sitting over there and show it to you. But beautiful sacred geometry of the circle and the square and the triangle and the icosahedron, the dodecahedron, all of those vortices of all those angles are actually photons appearing out of the vacuum of space. All right. And those photons are little particles of energy from God or from loving intelligence, whatever you want to call source, or from the universe. Dark matter. I mean, there's a lot of ways to talk about it, and they may not all be absolutely accurate, but it's what we've got. So we use them. But you can simply imagine a golden ball above your head. And I say golden because of that light, the photon energy. You can actually imagine it filling with beautiful cosmic golden light, beautiful light, just filling it. And you can imagine in your mind's eye, you can close your eyes. Some people like to look into an open sky, not into the sun, but into the sky. And sometimes you see little squiggly particles of light. I used to think it was my eyeballs, but I've since learned that it's actually the squiggles of energy and matter. So you can actually imagine those coming into the ball. You can imagine them coming into the ball and filling it to bursting. And you may take a few minutes every morning or at night and just fill that ball to bursting until it's just absolutely full. And if you can't see or visualize very well, don't even worry about it. Just intend that it be so. A lot of times we are not practiced very well with our inner vision, or we have challenges with it. But if you set an intention to get better at that, you will. So not to worry, just set an intention and that golden ball shall be filled. Okay. And that reminds me of something else. There's always a crawl, walk, run phase to that. So a lot of us grew up not trusting our own intuition and trusting ourselves and what we get. And we're always looking for a guru or a savior out there to save us, whether it's the aliens, whether it's the alliance, whether it's the good guys, whether it's whatever. And maybe some of that's true. It's just that you can save yourself in the meantime, right? Because you're sovereign, and it's really good to aim toward a personal autonomy and a personal agency and self-actualization on the way to maybe being saved. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're gonna, save ourselves and see how it goes. But anyway, so once you fill that circle to bursting, that big ball, I mean, you can just bring it down into your head. Bring it down into your head and imagine it. You can close your eyes. You can set it to music. I'm going to be putting up a meditation too for you to do it. And you can record it yourself if you like. Just imagine that going into your head and into your neck and into your body, down your chest area and your thoracic area, down into your belly and back, and down into your pelvic bowl and out your legs, your thighs, your hammies, knees, gastroc, your calves, your shins and your ankles and your feet. And then you can imagine it going down your shoulders and down your arms and down your hands. Now, when it gets to your hands and feet, you can imagine just sending it out in the light. Now, this stuff's all over YouTube. You can get this out there. I just want to say, and you can, but you know, you're here with me now. I'm going to teach you some specialized things to do with this. So you can sit here with me now and do this and just fill your body with light. Again, if you can't see it that well, don't worry about it. Intend that it's there. You fill your body with golden light. And while you're there, you can imagine any infirmities, illnesses, aches and pains, any intrusive fields that don't need to be there, things that are basically not you and not your energy. Imagine just pushing right out your body. And then while you're at it, you can actually then send a cord of this golden light energy down from your spinal column down to the center of the earth. And just ground it into the center of the earth, however that looks for you. Just ground it and lock it in place. And you can imagine also energies that you don't need, that don't belong to you, go right down that to the center of the earth, because Mother Earth can mulch that, handle that, no problem. And then while you're at it, you can imagine some beautiful golden energy coming up from the earth, up into your feet. Maybe imagine pulling it down from the ground. And when you get sensitive, you can start to feel it. I'm feeling it now while I'm talking to you. Pull it down from a mile down and pull it up to your feet chakras and the soles of the sensitive part of the soles of your feet, and pull it on up your body, right? You don't have to do it right this minute. I'm just kind of teaching you. I'll do a meditation at some point where we do it. And you just do this and have it come all the way up your legs, pelvic bowl, belly area, chest area, and all the way up. And then you want to actually turn it around and circulate back down your spine, down to the center of the earth. All right. Alternatively, you can send it up in the fountain, out into your field, out like in a toroidal field. People can't pronounce that right. I can't either. A toroidal field, out up and around like the icing on the outside of the donut, down into the ground. Right. So that's that earth energy. And then you could take that, additionally take that additional cosmic energy, the eighth chakra, that golden ball. Some people call it the Viracocha. Some people call it the higher self. Some people call it Holy Spirit. What else do I have? Viracocha, some people just call it the sun. Oh, they call it the soul star, the star chakra. Have it come down into you like that and fill you. And again, you can send the excess down to the center of the earth if you like, but it's infinite amount. You don't ever run out of it. And then when you got it all filled inside your body, you can imagine it actually inside your solar plexus. Take your Manipura chakra, put it in there and just fill it and make it really super powerful and strong. Just build it, strengthen it, boom, 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 really, really powerful. And when you've got lots of that golden light energy coming down into your solar plexus area, your third chakra, it's bright yellow, by the way. And I like this. Fill it, and then you could just punch it out 6 feet from the spot so you have a beautiful aura around you. Some people like to fill their aura like a pool. I just exploded out, boom, because I'm just fast. So boom, exploded out to the edge of your aura. You could make it 6 feet out from your solar plexus just to be sure, but your aura is anyway from here-ish to like 6 feet out. Some people have measured your heart energy to like 12 feet. Heartmath.org has measured your heart energy out to like 10 or 12 feet from you. So who knows, when you're in a city and nervous or whatever, you kind of get more closed, which is why people wear black, by the way, and hoodies to kind of close their energy, to keep people off of them. So all the folks who wear black hoodies in cities, they don't even know how actually energetically wise they're being. Anyway, we make fun of them like, hey, why are you being so goth? But black is good. Black kicks out, energies that you don't need, by the way. But then when you're in nature or home or comfort, your aura gets more expansive and spreads out. Okay, so you can just do that. And while you're doing that, again, imagine pushing anything that's not you, illness, angst, disease, problems, issues, nasty people, whatever, and just sending it out to the edge of your aura, right? And then imagine when you have your beautiful golden ball around you, you can imagine putting a mirror, like I think of that, like Terminator style liquid metal on the outside. and make sure anything coming at you, it goes back to the people 4 times or 10 times. And not to cause harm, but if someone's sending something against you, it's no holds barred, right? So just, kick them back. And if you're really nervous about the world out there, you could cloak it. You could put like a sandy, clouded brown color on the outside of that if you don't want to be seen. Sometimes I want to be seen. Sometimes I go out cloaked, depending on what I want to do. But that is your protective energy and your shield for the day. Now, it doesn't prevent stuff from happening. I mean, life happens, but it definitely helps you handle it much better. Helps you handle it much better if stuff does happen. You find a way to manage it, and you find a way to kind of say to yourself, oh, that's amusing, that's interesting. Okay, let's figure that out, right? Instead of going, oh my God. So, but that's the introduction to that. But what I want to do is in sequential lessons, teach you all the things you can do with that energy field. You can remote sense and remote view, you can astral travel, and it doesn't have to be as complicated as some make it. And you can communicate with people, you can influence people. We don't want to force anybody to do anything, and sometimes we can't anyway. You can remote influence, you can send messages, you can send healing, all remotely, and that's kind of what I do. And what else can you do with it? You can push back things that are bothering you. If you think you're being bothered by an entity or a being or an angry person, you can push it back. And I can teach you all of that. And then besides all that, you can bring all the attributes or things you want in life into the field. All right. And also the work of Vadim Zeland talks about in his book. Vadim Zeland is a great author. He's got a book called Reality Transurfing. He's got a book called Tufti the Priestess. He's got a 78 day something, I forget. He's got Eat Food the Priestess or something like. He's got a couple books out there, and he talks about the same concepts in different ways. And he talks about something called the plate, which is kind of like a braided energy, and it's an energy braid that's in the back. So in the back here, kind of between your shoulder blades, an energy field kind of comes popping out, a little energy thing. If you could imagine a woman's braid kind of coming out the back of her neck and coming down and meeting down at the back here and coming down and maybe popping out a little bit, there's an energy spot there where you create your future reality from that spot. So the idea is you could just say joy, riches, success, or put a picture of what you want and put it in the back of the plate. And I can feel mine now activating because I'm talking about it. But when you've done this work, you can begin to feel things. But if you don't, again, don't worry about it. So we're going to talk about all that stuff as you join me. But I just wanted to say hi to you today and begin to explain some things, and we'll get started. Take care. Bye.